Alright, somebody's got a bad radio on 121.8 or stuck mic. I'm okay.
Alright, you doing good, Kev? I'm up with you now.
Hey, you want Golf November to continue down there?
Just stinking stuck
mic. 121.8.
What a time to have a stuck mic. Unbelievable.
Oh, it's not us.
No, it's not. See,
Ground November 70 Lima Foxtrot.
70 Lima Foxtrot, I got you loud and clear.
Alright, ready to taxi with the numbers. 2458 Alpha is over by the Carbondale 737. Ready to taxi with weather.
He's got us going to 18, right, you said?
Yeah. At 99 Golf November, clear across 624, continue 18, right?
Cross 64.
Thank you. Sorry, we're ground.
Yep. Sounds good. We're clear over here on the right, clear on the left.
737, and I am ready to taxi for northbound departure, Quebec.
Alright, you guys are still stepping at each other. The last call that said you're ready for northbound departure, say again.
Yep, Bonanza 1, checking our cross speed. I am right next to the Southern Illinois 737, and I've got Quebec.
136 Tango Bravo, Roger, runway 18 right, taxi
check
via
another
Bravo
cross
1, Charlie, cross 24.
Bravo 1, Charlie, cross 24, 16 Bravo, thank you. Ground King Air 96, Charlie, Echo.
Do me a favor, check 18 right, is that 2535 for the tower frequency is different over here. I'm going to pull in the pad, then we'll do the run.
Call sign again.
November 96, Charlie, Echo with the weather.
Afternoon Tower, Seneca 99 Golf November, ready to go on 18 right.
Hey, Seneca 99 Golf November, start there, hold short.
Let's go short 18 right, 99 Golf November.
Seneca 99 Golf November on departure flight, rolling heading still, leaving the Class Delta airspace, traffic out the departure end is a Cessna. 18 right, quick takeoff.
Alright, 18 right, we'll be rolling, fly straight out via the Class D airspace, and then we're clear for the turns there, Seneca 99 Golf November. Thank you.
Alright, I've got clear on the right here, and we are clear for takeoff.
Awesome, dude.
Tower check, Romeo, any chance of right turn out to the north?
You just look good.
Yeah.
Power's coming up.
Romeo? Affirmative. Yeah, go ahead and start a right turn. Check, Romeo, thanks.
Gauges are in the green, airspeed's alive.
Check, Romeo, just give you a heads up, I have other traffic part ahead of you, runway heading.
Rotation.
Delta, so I'm going to go after that, I have no idea.
Positive rate, definitely brakes. Out of usable runway, gears up.
And west frequency, Bonanza 136 Tango Bravo is ready at 18 right, northbound.
Runway heading till clear the airspace, correct?
Yeah, we'll go out a little bit. There's a lake out there. It's maybe a couple miles, and then we'll head back home. But it's beautiful.
You're the second one in line? No, I am the first in line. Okay, the aircraft behind you said you got a flag hanging.
That is good.
From where? I don't know where. Why would I have a flag hanging?
Did you hear the
Hang on a second.
Alright, let's keep it PG, folks. We are recording this.
He says a
Oh, there's your campus over there, no?
Yeah, it'd be cool to go that way.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to want us to turn there. We got the big guys coming off the end of that one.
He just said D, so I guess we got a few more, what 3 more miles?
Yeah. Alright, we're at safe altitude here. Gonna start dialing these babies back a little bit.
I'm gonna close my door now.
Actually, want to make sure the air's on. I wouldn't mind air now.
Bravo, 18 right, take off.
There, that feels better.
And still leaving the Class Delta. Alright, clear to go
wing a minute.
18 right and runway heading into
there's your dip.
Delta airspace. 16 Bravo, you guys done a wonderful job today, thanks.
They did do a great job, man. We're out of there. Good fashion. We have a couple thunderstorms on the way that we're going to have to navigate around. Did you see those?
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're just pop-ups, you know. Nothing too crazy. Alright, you want to check that right side? I'm not seeing anything.
Looking good.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to start the turn out to the the right here. Just because turning out to the left, even outside, those big boys are all going off. They'll probably be way high, but I like to play it safe. Anyway.
Mark, what's kind of cool, you see the end of the ridge line out there? That's actually the end of Illinois, making our way into the other, right out there.
Pretty cool.
Bonanza 2458 Alpha, holding short 18 right, ready for takeoff, via part of the north.
Bonanza 2458 Alpha, Southern Tower. On departure, fly runway heading until leaving the class Delta. Traffic off the departure in half mile. 18 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, hold runway heading till leaving the airspace, 58 Alpha.
Back to a BNC.
2462 Foxtrot, make a right turn on Charlie. Taxi across runway 6 to 18 right.
Right on Charlie. Cross 6 too far to 18 right. 2462 Foxtrot. 18 right taxi, that's nice, let's go.
You want me to shut down that right into?
Yeah, we'll give it a shutdown.
So you can give it, get a good shot of that. You don't get that wind filling.
Short.
Look through there.
Yeah, we better shut her down for a couple of minutes.
We had to shut it down. We had to take a couple photos, and that propeller, you know, warp was just messing with the shot, you know?
Traffic on the go. Say 18 right, clear for takeoff. Understood the traffic, fly runway heading to leave at the
I mean, priorities, you know?
Takeoff, 90 Papa.
But what I'm going to do is, see up here, I'm going to plan to go to the left of that buildup.
Cool.
This is the plan for now.
Oh, you still got service here.
A little bit, so you can see a little bit of what's going on.
You got weather radar?
Come home. And you can look. We're losing it, but
170
was loaded
30% up on runway.
Dude, that's tight.
Right at Charlie.
I'm losing it, but yeah, there was here and here.
Hold short.
That wasn't too hectic getting out of there, eh?
It was actually a lot easier than I thought.
You got that checklist?
Yeah, you want to run it? Get the before start checklist done?
2 Tango Mike, were you heading?
No, I was just looking at my climb.
I don't know who had the stuck bike.
Yeah,
Probably the guy with the flag out.
Okay, you're going to run up that traffic ahead of you. Go ahead and make your right turn out of speed.
I climb.
Turn to the right and we're cleared up to the north. Tango, 2 Tango Mike.
172 Whiskey Foxtrot on departure flight runway heading
We're
to
looking
leave
good for our climb. I was just going to go to 70 or 55, but I'm going to go up to 75 now. And then
Good call.
plan to go right through there. And
Bust a move through that.
yep, get through these buildups and we'll be good to go.
I'm gonna cycle the boots just for good time's sake.
Alright, go for it. You never know. That 95-degree weather sneak up on you.
Charlie, what direction you heading now?
We're not sure. We're going away from the sun. What direction's that, Tower?
And Tower, Grumman 777 Golf Echo is ready, number 118 left.
777 Golf Echo, contact tower 125.35.
2535, sorry.
Could be.
I'm not sorry, they don't define it very well.
380 Papa Charlie, traffic.
He kind of gave bogus instructions. I know 6 and 24 is closed, but I just felt he just said Bravo 1,
Yeah,
and it should have been Bravo 1 to Bravo to cross 624 over to 1.
even though it's closed, I like to know that we're clear to cross it. I mean, obviously we know that it's a parking lot right now, but it was only closed for the show. Yes, it's NOTAM'd out, it's NOTAM closed, but I'd rather hear those words clear to cross, you know?
Position, I got traffic coming up behind you, that's pretty fast. Until you reach 25 and then let me know.
Yeah, I'm heading up to him for one day.
We'll reach 2500 and let you know.
Need 2217. See if anybody's up.
For to go 18 right.
You done with him, huh?
Yeah, he was about enjoyable for one day.
What'd you think of the Eclipse there, Kev Master?
It was cool. They put the hype up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I know, but it's still a once in a, I mean, it's still a pretty amazing experience. It was surreal. I mean,
It was.
I guess the biggest shock to me was how quickly it really did happen. Yes, you saw the dimming and the cooling for that, you know, time, and I knew that they were saying there's that 2-hour window of, you know, it's slowly dimming off, and we saw the, I mean, through those glasses you could see it starting to, you know, make the sun or chip away at the sun, I guess. and start to block it out. The moon is starting to block out the sun, and you can see it, and then, you know, the pie look, and then going halfway across, and then now the sun is literally like a sliver, like the moon usually looks. But then that last little bit, I mean, it was just like whoosh.
Yeah.
Like they shut, I mean, because you never have that. When the sun is usually going down, it just goes down and then, you know, it's dark. It slowly keeps on getting dark, but to just have it dark like that so quick, and then boom, and all of a sudden the sun's coming back out. It was, that was pretty surreal. And then even those crickets started to chirp. Did you hear those crickets start to chirp?
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, even the animals start reacting to it. Yeah, you can see it starting to turn dark already there.
I wish I would have done it a little before it happened.
Yeah, I'll have to see how well my time lapse turned out on my on the GoPro. So
I started doing it.
That's cool.
Oh, I guess I need that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So what do you think about going back and visiting the old alma mater?
It was, you know, ironically just enough time.
You got to see everything you needed to see, right?
I really did. I don't, you know, I honestly don't remember any, like, really, really nice restaurants. So that's one thing they didn't have down there was,
well, they got a lot of neat restaurants right on campus now.
yeah, that kind of amazed me. And the only thing, there was two things. I would have liked to seen the burned down house where Dan was, and then, oh, that main strip. The kid took us the other way, which was no problem because he said traffic was a nightmare.
Which I understand.
But it
leaves you something to come back.
That lady was nice enough to take us through the dorm area and back.
Yeah, that was super cool. He was a hoot.
She beat the piss out of the first wife.
Yeah, so you might need to tell our viewers what happened there. So we landed there early in the morning, taxied in about 6:55, just as the tower was about to open up, and we got here. I guess Uber in Carbondale is a new thing. Who knew? And the one Uber driver they have, or I think they have 3 of them, and they were all asleep that early in the morning, so we had to call the taxi. So Captain Kev here, he calls up the taxi, and the lady answers the phone, and she's like, "Hello." He's like, "Hey, is there any chance I can get a ride downtown? $20. He's like, "Okay, you think you could pick me up at the airport?" And she's like, $20. He's like, I'll pay the $20, because Uber was saying it would be like $10, so maybe that's why she was, you know, being compared to Uber too many times. And she's like, "You got anybody else with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got one other guy with me." $25. And she pauses, and he's like, "Yeah, that's okay. Come bring us, come get us." And as we were driving back, go ahead and tell the story.
Oh, Jesus. What was the funeral?
I don't know. But anyway, how did you guys get on that story anyway?
You know,
all of a sudden I was on my phone, and all of a sudden I hear, well, I knocked him off, or I was going to divorce him, but he died off, so I didn't have to, or something. That's where I came into the story.
I think because I got her going on the strip joints.
Oh. Them and their flowery conversations.
I love it.
Anyway, at the end of the day, her dear beloved husband that she was going to divorce ended up passing away before she got a chance to divorce him. And while they were at the funeral, I guess she had kids, what, 16 and 18, somewhere in there, and the mistress of her dearly beloved husband showed up. And she was about to waylay the lady and just lay her out cold, but since the kids were there, she kindly decided just to chew her out and run her out. And one of the kids saw this episode happening in the funeral home there and wanted to know who the person was. So he said it was an old girlfriend of the husband's. And I guess eventually she said she ran the lady out. Haven't heard from her since. So,
you got a lot of fights, it sounds like.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be the the mistress of her ex, or her dearly departed, I guess. Was going to be an ex, but didn't get the opportunity for that. She did say it was cancer, right? It wasn't like suspicious situation. But anyway, so you meet all kinds when you take the taxi. So that was fun. Then we went to Southern Illinois University, his old alma mater, and did some broadcasting, some newscasting there for a while. Checked out the campus. Pretty neat place. It's fun. Good to be headed back to Northwest Indiana, though. Good old Chicagoland.
Good old Chicago. This is Air, flight level 290.
That's something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to shoot that gap. I'm going to maybe have to divert around to the left there. What are you thinking, Cap?
Good knife edge it right through there.
Yeah. Or I could do the right side there. To the right, it's a little hazy, but I think it's open there. What do you think?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, just stick our nose in it. This thing doesn't maneuver quite as fast as the E-175, you know. But we got one good tailwind up here.
Dude, we do. We're doing better than coming down.
Good call on going high, Mark.
Yeah, baby.
So, what got you into aviation and going to
Carbondale?
Southern Illinois University anyway?
Actually, my flight instructor up here in Peoria, he was a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
We flew a Skylane down there. His dream was the same as mine, to get on Air Force Academy, and he didn't make it.
Right.
I had no idea. I'm not sure if I made it. No, I didn't make it. It was a half year earlier, and they had already chosen our candidates. So
right.
He said, why don't we take cross country down there? So we flew straight down just like you and I did at 3,000 feet. I fell in love with it, and we went right to that admissions hall.
Yeah.
I signed up for a bunch of classes, and lo and behold, it was this week, 29 years ago.
Wow. I was 1 year old.
Yeah. Mom and Dad, it was actually Dad that drove me down, and you saw the place, Thompson Point.
Yeah.
He opened up the back of the van and kind of kicked everything out and headed back northbound.
And see ya, son. That's awesome.
I think for the first 2 weeks, I was puking every night and drinking Jack and Coke with that roommate, or that flight instructor.
Yeah.
I said, that's enough of this.
Enough of that. You gotta get serious.
Oh, I got serious. I ended up, they granted 6 credit hours because I came in with the private license, and I took 18.
Okay.
And then the next, well, I got the commercial license, started working on the instrument, got the instrument multi at spring, halfway through the spring, and worked on the CFI. Then I must have got the double I too, because that was my license plates for a while, CFII.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Then I got the job there, Mark. I take the 152 up here to Effingham. I think it's gotta be straight off of us.
There you go. It should be right on here somewhere. Pull that up there. I'll get rid of these layers that'll lighten that back up for you. There you go.
But we're almost there. We're gonna pass in just a little bit.
Okay.
I used to fly the 152 up here. I get here by 8:30 at night. I jump in the Aero Commander 500 series, and I'd fly it out to Akron, Canton, get there about midnight, wait for the guy to come in from Teterboro. We'd switch packages. Get back here at 3:15,
yeah.
And then I'd fly back, and I'd go back to where campus was, the big towers.
Right.
I'd living in a trailer then, and I'd sleep for a couple hours, then I'd get back out to school. And I only did classes on Tuesday and Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my schedule.
So you did a combination of flight instructing and, yeah, do you hear us? I heard him, but I don't know if he can hear us.
2600 to flag north of the center leg, 1,500, climb 313 southwest.
And Seneca 909 Golf November is 200 nautical miles south of Cedar Lake at 9,500, maneuvering.
Not like they're all jumping.
Only that's just a dandy.
Who's? Whoop, whoop.
All right, sorry to cut you off.
Facing the sun.
Yeah. We're headed back from Southern Illinois University. We're down here checking out the Eclipse. And what do they call this place here? Carbondale. That's where we were.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a bit of a view today. We all had the welding shields on because none of us had glasses looking at the eclipse.
Nice. You get a good couple good shots of it, or not good enough to take shots?
I think Jeff got a couple pretty cool shots. I didn't get to see everything he took, but I saw a couple of them that were pretty decent.
That's awesome. It's pretty surreal down here just how quickly it turned dark and then lightened right back up. I must be getting too low.
That's a real quick back. North 2 miles, north of the right.
So did you do a combination of flight instructing and then cargo then?
Yeah, the cargo was not even, it had nothing to do with the school. I was already like moving ahead. I already kind of graduated even though I wasn't.
Yeah.
I did that, and then also that nighttime poacher stuff. That was a little different. That was the first year.
Yeah, flying for the DNR then?
Yeah, and that would again with 8, 9 at night to about 3 in the morning.
Okay.
I was, at 206, I was getting anywhere from 4.6 to like 5.5 hours a night. And the same thing in the Aero Commander. That was awesome time builder. And then I pick up another hour and a half of 152 time. And
yeah. Why not?
In fact, they asked me that at the American interview. They said, "You got a lot of time." I said, "Well," I gotta be honest. I didn't make a lot of classes. They just looked at me. I said, "I made a lot of friends. I did make the tests, and I passed."
Yeah. That's incredible. So when you joined Eagle, was it an interview just at Eagle and then it transitioned into American, or did you have to do 2 separate interviews and they were separate entities at that time?
Two different interviews, Mark. I actually had an internship down here at United. I'm gonna back up a little bit. I spent the last 3 months out there in Denver. I went through the 727 ground school. And then stayed and worked with the 757 fleet.
Right.
Came back home, went back through the second commencement in that building you and I were in.
Yeah.
And then got the baccalaureate degree. But I interviewed with American Eagle Simmons, and that was out of Dallas-Fort Worth. They were doing interviews over at Centerport, which the American interviews were there also. And I got the job, and I started June 19th of '89 up there in Marquette at the Ramada Inn.
I know the Ramada Inn.
Yeah, we had like, I think 52 of us in the class. By the time it was all said and done, there were only 9 of us left out of 52. The washout rate was that bad. And I got to be quite frank.
Would you think if it was bad interviewing hiring back then, or it was just that elite back then?
I think they were both. One was they were a little nervous because we were running through O'Hare, the world's busiest airport. But the other, I think they were hurting that bad for regional pilots or commuter, and it was just hard to find them.
That's a huge washout rate.
It was hard. I mean, I got to say it was the hardest. American wasn't that hard. United wasn't that hard. American Eagle was the hardest because we had to make 80% or better on the exams, and the electrical. I got a 78 on it, and if people were washing out left or right, you come back after a break, and you'd be like, "Hey, where's Tom?" "Oh, he must have gone. He's on the next flight out of here." "Where's Joe?" "He's gone." Well, they pulled me aside and said, "You know, Kevin, you don't say much in class. Now would be time for you to go because you got a 78, but we talked, and we're going to give you a second chance." I said, "Really?" I said, "What's that?" And they said, "Well, we're going to let you retake the exam, but you got to get 90% or better." And I said, "I'll do the best I can." And I ended up getting a 94 on it.
Nice.
And I was fortunate, but they were really hard. Pneumatic, each one of the systems, you had to get 80% or better.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what a bus was. I thought it was a yellow thing that It was kind of challenging.
Yeah, I know. I remember my first time through on the CRJ side through initial training, and wow, that was the toughest few weeks of my life, that's for sure. The amount of information that you're packing in, and ours is all 80% or better too. And for all the limitations, it has to be 100%. If you get one wrong, you fail the test, and you have to retake it. Although that one you can retake. The other ones, you only get one chance to retake it, and then you're out.
Oh, wow.
So, fortunately, I passed them all the first time. So, I don't know how it will compare to the majors now. I guess I gotta ask around, you know, how their training for initials is. You know, I mean, what did you feel about when you went through on the Airbus now?
Airbus was totally different. Their training was a lot different, Mark, compared to American. The one thing I had a hard time doing, American has their mechanical checklist. Airbus doesn't.
Good, thank you.
I got the protein bars or Fritos if you want them.
Okay, I might dig in a while.
But, you know, after now I'm on it, one sec, I kind of like it because the checklist is almost like this one we're using here. It's a foldable one. And,
yeah.
On the one side, it's a takeoff briefing. The other side's a approach briefing.
Yeah.
And the neat thing, one second. The neat thing about the Airbus philosophy, and maybe yours is the same, is the flying pilot just does the briefing. Takeoff briefing and approach briefing.
Yeah.
Captain doesn't do it. And then...
oh yeah, that's how we do it. Always the flying pilot does the briefs.
Where when we did a Boeing, an American was always this way, the captain did the briefings.
Even when you were flying? Or the captain was flying?
Yeah, so what I like about it is you become more involved.
Okay.
Now, the only thing is, again, the reject, you know, we call it out, first officer will call it out, captain will do the reject. But
yeah, that's how we do it. We switch it, so it's probably a lot of the same philosophy then.
It sounds like
because we'll do the brief. If they add anything to the brief, it's about the abort, and they'll reiterate the fact that I'll be taking over the controls. You'll be on the radios when time permits a lot, and we'll form the tower, what's going on, and then we'll figure out what the problem is, work the situation, and then come up with a game plan from there.
Yeah.
But I'm good, thanks. They filled me up there. Those Carbondale people know how to take care of the pilots, that's for sure. Between all the hamburgers and...
I wonder if that was a limit of 200 because they only had so much food. Maybe they were just trying to be nice there, but it didn't come across that way.
Yeah, I'm just glad that all the other people there were super friendly, other than that one stern guy that didn't want anybody at his airport. So you're typed in 3 different Boeings and then 1 Airbus, or is this your first time over on the Airbus side, or?
First time on Airbus, yeah, and it was challenging. Now, the first 2 days I didn't understand the checklist. Like, on the Boeing, when you're the flying pilot, you're gonna bring that back. It's weird. Confirm.
Okay.
And then I pull it back. But you're the flying pilot. That's where I didn't understand because the Boeing, it's just weird.
Yeah.
And then the master switch, then you get to do that. I just had to confirm. Yeah, confirm.
What do you mean, like the master switch for turning on the engines, or turning them off, or whatever?
Shutting it off. I was just going through an abnormal.
Yeah.
The non-normal.
You usually will start up the engines, though, right? Or the FO starts the engines, or the captain starts them?
FO will start them.
Yeah, I always start the engines. It's a rare instance that the captain will shut down engines, but usually the captain will say, shut down number 2. I'll shut down number 2 on the taxi in, and then the captain will shut down number 1 at the gate.
Yep. It sounds like the training is identical. Again, you'll be the captain, you'll keep your hands on there, but you'll bring it up 2 detents. You'll bring it up to here and there.
Right.
And I don't know if I shut this off. Oh, I did. And you'll say if we're using a flex power takeoff, flex. And I'll wait. It takes a little bit for that. It's usually around 60 knots. I'll look at that and look at the FMA flex set. Then my next call out's 80, check. Okay. And then V1, rotate. And then the next thing, I'm just waiting for him. I caught positive rate, gear up.
Right.
And then really 400 feet heading selector. Make sure in
the nav.
In nav mode.
Yeah, that's how ours is. It's
I know
so
it had to be
similar.
identical.
Yeah, it's almost identical, except for our call, instead of the checking the flex, we call it just check thrust. And we're checking for the green, for the flexes, to make sure all those are in, to make sure that we're in the limits. And when we go to push up, we go to push the thrust up, we go to 40, and then after 40, we thrust after that. So we just bring out gentle to 40, everything's checking, and then we thrust up from there, and when we do that quick thrust, auto throttles grab and take them at that point. And that's when auto throttles take them, and that's when we're checking the thrust.
That's what's different about the Airbus is it doesn't move. We only got 4 D10s.
The XM on that 696 than I do.
So it's really strange, Mark. It's not like this, or you know, you could feel like if I was to pull this back a little bit, you know, where it's weird. Now, if we hit the quick disconnect button, then it becomes a regular throttle.
Yep, ours is that way with the auto throttles. It's so weird, and you know, I mean, coming from the CRJ, having to, you know, move the throttle, we would have our call out for that one was set thrust. So one time I actually made that call out. I was like, set thrust. And the person looks over, it's like, CRJ, eh? Yeah, I'm sorry. It comes out every once in a while. And then, yeah, our call outs, you know, when you have it, my flight controls, whatever, and heading checks, and then we go to take off, you know, check thrust, 80 knots, B1, rotate, positive rate, gear up, and then once the gear's up, 400 foot, we're either doing the RNAV departure or we're heading mode and doing our turnout. Obviously, if we're going up into the clouds, we'll wait for the 1,000 and then we make that turn. And then, yeah, after that, then it's climb sequence after takeoff checklist, and off we go.
I'm going to put the seatbelts on.
All right, thank you. Yeah, seat them down. Let them know it might get a little bumpy for a while, okay? And whenever they get a chance, just bring me a Coke with ice.
Hey, we Coke!
Gotta love it. Wow, what a beautiful day to fly.
Yeah, it's the same training. It is. How's this guy doing? He's growing?
Yeah, I think he's growing. I'm gonna cut off to the right a little bit here. About 10 degrees right for a build-up.
Yeah, the ex-wife was licking the guy on the coffin. That's when she decided to tell her son to go take a little walk outside. She put the...
Yeah, they put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, she put the old... doing.
No more of that.
You gotta do this at my husband's funeral.
What you learn about from somebody in such a short time.
You guys back this time.
It was like the regular...
Pretty crazy. Hey, Mark, you still up?
Yeah, probably will.
Hey, I'm gonna fire up that drone and open up the door and let it out real quick.
See if it can race us.
I gotta go. I gotta take a mat.
You pretty good at holding this thing sideways?
Take him.
Oh yeah.
I'll get her out. Get her out.
That's a pretty neat shot right there. I like that.
Where are we, brother? There's Effingham, the airport I was talking about, somewhere else. Right below us, Mark. I don't know if you can see it, 2 o'clock here, 1:30.
Nah, I can't see it down there.
Heck, one day I was coming home
Oh, now I see it.
I was coming home back to Chicago to Carbondale, and the winds were hellacious, Mark, coming out of the south here. And I took off, and I think I only got 30 miles. It took me an hour. I turned around. It took me like 2 minutes. I called my buddy. I said, come pick me up.
I knew we were hitting pretty good headwind on the way down, so I was hoping we'd keep this tailwind. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Little airplane wash here.
Yeah, I had to get the bugs off, you know. We picked up a few out of Carbondale there.
I cleaned these windshields this morning.
Yeah. Well, we're cleaning them off now. That's the only line of thunderstorms I saw, and we just cruised through the gap. We just cut through the gap.
So
Should be
funny
free
about
sailing
this,
all the way.
I got another story here. I came in one night with the shorts, and I'm putting the prop ties on, and I thought everybody is off except for this old man, Grandma and Grandpa, and he's having a hard time getting off the airplane, and I helped him, and I looked at her, and I looked at him, and I said, is that the Burl Ives? She started crying her eyes out.
Yeah?
She said, how do you know him? I said, well, sweetie, I said, every year, December 6th, that's what I watch on TV, Frosty the Snowman. That was his alma mater down there, Eastern Illinois University.
That's incredible.
I forgot you got all this kind of piped into the...
Yeah. That's why you gotta make sure you're, using the good language, you know?
Did they get the guy with the pop?
I just gotta edit out a couple F words. Other than that, we're good.
Did I throw them in or? I know the guy did on the ground.
The two of them.
He was pretty, yeah, he told Tower. Why could there be a flag there?
I got no flag sticking out of the back of me.
The weather, and I'll call you back in the air.
Oh, that's crazy. Alright, well, I'm going to shut the cameras down until we get a little bit closer because it's going to run out and I want to get the landing in.
I got her.
So, your flight controls, we're at 9,500 and right on course.
Alright, I got the airplane.
Alright.
Peace. Peace out. Peace.
Till descent. We'll be back with you guys in just a moment.
And anyone to cancel flight following? Calling 71320, we got landing in sight. Sure, 71320, Roger, squawk 1200, frequency change approved, good day. Thanks, see you later, Skyline 320.
And Seneca 99 Golf November has 05 Charlie in sight, like to cancel flight following at this time.
November 99 Golf November, Roger, cancellation received, squawk 1200, and frequency change approved for you too.
Alright, squawking 1200, thanks for the help today, Seneca 99 Golf November, good deal.
There it is.
Alright.
We got that fixed.
Boom.
Crosswind.
I just wanted to check it, it's all good. Cool.
Griffiths.
Hello, Griffs.
Griffiths. One voter out?
Yeah.
Got the prop heating up the lake. There it goes, drilling through the south end. Drilling for oil.
Kankakee traffic, Warrior 650, turning downwind for runway 16, touch and go. Kankakee.
Touch and go.
Griffith traffic, Seneca 99 Golf November, 10 miles to the southwest, inbound for landing, Griffith.
Intermittent traffic, one ends up 365 Romeo on a visual approach, runway 15, 2 mile final. Touch traffic.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, a solid 196.
Yeah. We'll take it. I like it.
That's what I'm talking about. Easy on that.
Frankfurt Airport, you got a helicopter 3 miles to the west, inbound full stop at Frankfurt. Anybody else?
Anybody there?
Yeah, Seneca 99 Golf November is just about 3 miles north of Cedar Lake, descending through 4,200, heading back to Griffs. Where are you? Good. guess he doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
I'm not from here. I'm over the Cockpit.
Roger.
Turn the wind up.
Runway 16.
Wow, it's legit now.
Dude, we got the wind machine going.
It's beautiful up high.
Unreal. I got my seatbelt on.
Good.
You're
gonna need it.
On a high right downwind.
I'm gonna see if you can make that middle high speed.
Now you're challenging.
Bring it right into the ramp. Let's see you do this short field and put her in.
Well, if I could get flaps in, that would always help me.
I'll grab a handful and put them in for you. Here we go.
Jeez.
There we go.
Finally, teamwork. That last latch just doesn't want to happen. Griffin traffic, Seneca 99 Golf November, final runway 26, Griffin. Alright, gas under carriage, make sure prop switches, seatbelt secure and set, short final 3 in the green.
I bet you make that second one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I bet. Got that power.
We're so light.
Full traffic, Trinidad 2501 November is 9 to the southwest. We'll be entering left downwind for 27 volt.
Yeah, baby. You're the man.
Right on. I would have had to drop it underneath those trees real quick to make that first taxiway, and then you're unstabilized. I don't like that in the multi, but I could have done it if I had to, but
I bet you get there in a few seconds. We did a solid 4.
here we go.
It's just rolling.
All right, we got it.
Then we'll go take the Duchess up. Then the King Air.
Griffin traffic, Seneca 99 Golf November, clear runway 26, Griffin.
China man's looking at us like, what the?
What in the world was that all about?
Just like that. And that's a wrap.
I think you should have. We'll go inside, we'll debrief, and then we'll type out your ticket.
Okay. Sounds good. For American, right?
Congratulations.
Yeah, all checked out.
Got another typewriter going.